Well, that time is upon us again. It is the time of worldly holidays. I was asked recently to give my opinion on Thanksgiving. I don't think I've made a video about this in a while. So let me give you my opinion on Thanksgiving and where me and my family are currently at. There are plenty of reasons that you can find to not like Thanksgiving, especially considering what happened with the Native Americans and the English. But just because something bad happened on this day in the past doesn't necessarily mean that it's biblically bad, right? That's a separate reason to dislike Thanksgiving than if it actually breaks the Torah. And what I want to talk about today is, does this holiday break Torah? Now, the reason that holidays like Christmas, Easter, and Halloween are so bad is because they fall under the part of the Torah that's considered the worship of other gods. Satan literally claims Halloween as his holiday, like that shouldn't even be in dispute for anybody. So keeping Halloween as a believer of the God of the Bible, a big time no-no. Big time no-no. And you can't be like, oh, we're going to do fall festival or church costume party or trunk or treat. I already did a Halloween video. I'm not going to get into that, but that one's a big no-no. And it might not seem like Christmas and Easter would be bad, but go read Deuteronomy 12, 30 through 32. They're clearly rebranded pagan holidays that are made to be, for Jesus now, for the God of the Bible, and it does not work that way in the Bible. You can't do that. So those three holidays are extremely bad because they blatantly violate the laws in the Torah about not worshiping other gods. So those ones off the table. But does Thanksgiving is what we're here to answer. I normally like to source my work, but I don't have time at the moment with making this video. So what I'm going to do is just tell you guys to go do your own research. But when I looked into this holiday, I could not at any point in history find that it was associated with the worship or honoring of other gods. It always appears that Thanksgiving type celebrations are considered like the end of harvest celebrations. Like, our growing has come to an end, our harvest has come to an end, let's celebrate and then go into winter. That's what this holiday always appears to be in history. I personally could not find any links to pagan gods in this holiday. If I'm wrong, if you guys have found something, I'd love to hear it from you. Please put it in the comments below. But when I researched this, I could never find that it was linked to the worship of another god. With that being said, what does it mean? Can you celebrate this one? And I'm going to leave that up to your personal discretion. If somebody wants to keep Thanksgiving with their family or friends or even, Torah, I know Torah congregations that will do a Thanksgiving type celebration together. That I'm going to leave that up to your discretion. I'm not going to grieve you if you keep it. Now, there are reasons in the Torah to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. It's obviously a way of the nations, and we're told not to be like the nations, but that's not necessarily something that leads to death. It's also arguably could be, gluttony, stuff like that, but I don't know. I have a hard time, with that one because this is one feast of the year, not like an all the time kind of a thing, which is what gluttony is. So again, you could make some arguments why there are potential reasons why you shouldn't keep this holiday. However, I don't believe it breaks, personally, at this moment, in my opinion, I don't believe Thanksgiving breaks any of the laws that lead to death. Me and my family don't personally keep it anymore, but I'm not going to grieve the people that do, and I don't necessarily believe that you would be breaking some part of the Torah, something grievous, if you did keep it. Now, that's my current understanding. If that changes, I'll be the first one on the hill up here telling you that we shouldn't do this anymore. You guys know I don't shy away from letting people know that what we do or don't do has big, big consequences for us spiritually and in the kingdom. So, again, this one's kind of up to your discretion as far as my opinion goes. I can see it going both ways. I can see it not being that bad if you keep it, and I can see reasons why maybe you shouldn't keep it. But at this current moment, and with the level of research I've done on it, I don't see any reason why this breaks a law that leads to death, and I don't see any reason how this is associated with the worship of other gods. So take that as you will, and like I said, do your own research.